The Archdiocese of Chicago is a vibrant and diverse faith community. We celebrate our faith through worship, evangelization, and reaching out to the needy. Welcome to Catholic Chicago.
Good morning, welcome to Catholic Chicago. I'm Father Greg Sackwitz, rector of Holy Cathedral in Chicago. We have started our season of Lent, a time of conversion, repentance, renewal. Here's a beautiful line to think about for the whole Lenten season. No matter how many steps we take away from God, it only takes one step to get back to God. I really love that line. No matter how many steps that we take away from God, it only takes one step to get back to God. Food for thought as we have begun our Lenten journey. Mark Teresi unable to join on the program this morning, but we have a great program lined up. Camp Restless, great unique name, Camp Restless, is a week-long experience designed to inspire young people to grow in their faith, build leadership skills, and connect with others in a fun and engaging environment. Rooted in the Augustinian tradition, the camp offers 1. Spiritual formation, daily opportunities for prayer, mass, reconciliation, and reflection. Leadership development, workshops to help participants gain confidence and develop essential skills like teamwork and communication. Community building, fun activities that foster friendships and teamwork in a welcoming environment. And lastly, service opportunities, hands-on projects to live out gospel values and make a difference. This transformative camp is open to youth from all parishes, schools, and the wider Catholic community, junior high and high school, which we'll explain a little later on. And joining us in the studio today, Brother Nathan and Mary Ellen Harrington. Mary Ellen and Brother Nathan, welcome to the program this morning.
Hello. Thanks for having us.
I think this is fascinating. Well, first of all, you let our listeners know that Mary Ellen's husband, I knew before Mary Ellen knew from the college seminary, Paul Harrington. Am I right?
Yes.
And a wonderful, wonderful young man. Please tell Paul I say hi. And also with Brother Nathan, Augustinian. Well, first of all, before we talk about the camp itself, Brother Nathan, you are an Augustinian brother. For a moment, your story to becoming an Augustinian. What got you interested in religious life?
Right. I was a diocesan seminarian for Toronto for about 5 years, and long story short is I had surgery, took some time out, but my summer placement was with the Augustinians in Mary Lake, which is where they live in Toronto, and their ministry site. So while I was there, I didn't really know much about religious life, about St. Augustine, and over time, through being exposed to them and living with them, I really started falling in love with religious life, with community life, with the spirituality of Augustine, and being exposed to things like spiritual friendship and care and just what life together means. And I discerned in my second year living with them, and it was just a much better fit than the diocesan priesthood.
So really what started out as a diocesan priesthood road, a sickness literally changed the course of your life.
Right.
And so we could talk about, what a coincidence that through a sickness you changed. A coincidence is God's way of remaining anonymous. Mm-hmm. I love the definition. You say, what a coincidence how Mary Ellen and Paul met. What a coincidence about from diocesan to religious life. A coincidence is God's way of remaining anonymous. So it's wonderful to have you on the program today. And Mary Ellen, this whole Camp Restless was founded a year ago. So how did this all come about?
I had a background in youth ministry, and before getting into lifelong faith formation, and I worked in parish ministry 25 years. I joined the Augustinians when they wanted to develop an office of lay engagement to reach a wider group of people who called interested in our spirituality. And I was talking to one of our friars one day, and he was just talking about how it would be great if we could share who we are with more young people, because Augustine's journey is one of conversion and constantly returning to God, and that's a great message for young people. And we should be doing something more for young people. And he volunteers at a couple camps, and I said, well, why don't we do our own? And that started it.
And it's located where?
We rent out the former high school Montessori Academy for that's now a retreat center. It's a spiritual center where they do retreats for adults, young people, and so we rent it out, and it's been a good fit.
And the thing is, in the previous Father Jack Tierney,
Yes.
but now Father Jack Tierney has stepped down, and Brother Nathan has taken the baton.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Now, before we forget, what are the weeks that the camp will be held?
So it's the last 2 weeks in June. So 1 week is for high school, 1 week is for junior high.
So the exact beginning date would be June.
June 14th and to the 20th, and then 22nd to the 24th, or 21st to the 24th.
And then you'd have a case of the high school the first week, junior high
The second week, yes.
Capacity would be 30.
Yes.
And we'll do this again a little later on in the program, but if someone wants to learn more information about Camp Restless, how do they find out information?
They can just Google Camp Restless, and we come up.
So just camprestless.org?
Just Camp Restless. But they can also visit our website at midwestaugustinians.org.
Okay, midwestaugustinians.org.
Yes.
And then click under Camp Restless?
Yeah, lay engagement.
Lay engagement. That is wonderful.
Yeah.
And so the thing is, then Brother Nathan, how did you step in to take the place of Father Jack? Did they ask you? Did you volunteer? Did you lose a bet? What was it?
No, so about a week and a half ago, Father Jack just sent me a message and saying that he had a proposition for me. So he was saying that it would be a good opportunity, and they thought I would be a good fit because I love kids. I have a lot of energy. I like Augustine and spirituality, and it's also good. It's a good opportunity to use my gifts and talents in this capacity. And so when he was stepping down for in this responsibility, I guess they wanted me to fill in that position. So I'm excited. I'm learning a lot about the camp and figuring out how I can best help, and so I'm also learning a lot from Mary Ellen about what goes on and what happens and what I need to do. But I'm excited to bring my presence and my energy. And
See, like both of you, when I was a young priest 100 years ago, I was heavily involved in youth ministry, and working with youth is incredibly rewarding, incredibly tiring, incredibly challenging, but I wouldn't have changed those years of my life at Church of the Holy Spirit in Schaumburg. I was in charge of youth ministry. And but for those 2 weeks, I mean, the groundwork you're doing right now, Mary Ellen, is incredible, trying to get applicants, trying to lay a foundation, and last year was like a pilot project year.
Yeah.
And let me ask this question. As the camp ended a year ago, how did it touch your life?
I think it was, having served in parish ministry for so long, I had mostly diocesan experience, but since joining the Augustinians, their sense of community and accompaniment really inspires me. And to see how they accompanied the young people and met them where they're at, whether it was basketball, epic Uno cards, and zip lining, they just jumped in and accompanied the young people. So for me, what was inspiring was just seeing the young people have this amazing experience of church.
Now, do these young people stay overnight? Or
Yes, it's an overnight camp.
It's an overnight camp.
Yeah, so they come for the week and they stay with us, and
So the parents drop them off?
yeah.
And they come not only from the Chicagoland area, but from anywhere.
Yeah, we have somebody signed up from Virginia right now.
Really?
Yeah.
How'd they find out about it?
I think they knew someone in Chicago, so they were like, all
That is amazing, all the
It
way from
is.
Virginia.
Yeah.
And the thing is, now maybe for a moment, Brother Nathan, is we talk about Augustinian spirituality. What is at the heart of Augustinian spirituality?
for me, I think it's several things rolled into one. So it has to do with the pursuit of God. So in the rule, the first line of the rule is one heart, one mind, intent upon God. So within that has to do with interiority, prayer, with community and relationships and friendships and being supported on the journey. And then service as well. So like, how do you move outside of yourself into love and charity? So for me, those are the core principles of Augustinian life. And as an order, our charism is community. But it's the lens in which we find God, we are taught, we encounter Christ as teacher, healer. and it's the lens in which like we grow, but also share the love of God.
So really, this is not just a week-long camp of having fun, which it is, but also is rooted in that Augustinian spirituality of community building, reaching out, doing service in the name of the Lord.
Mm-hmm.
And it's interesting that, oh my gosh, I forgot the name of the group. I'll think of it later on in the program, but it's funny how this camp may foster and root a vocation, a young man or woman, a little, young guy, girl, that'll be developed later on in their lives, and through this 1 week camp, and so then in many ways the camp last year surprised you. Mary Ellen, was it more successful than you thought it would be?
No, I had high hopes for it. I mean, I knew that we had a great program for the young people that would meet them where they're at developmentally. And I knew that we had something amazing to offer. And obviously, I have the privilege of serving all of these guys in the province, and I know how they impact people that they encounter and how people are impacted by just coming in contact with our friars. So I knew we were good. And so I wasn't concerned about that at all.
But if you work for the Midwest province full-time, how do you find the time to do what you do full-time, to do a 2 week camp, which is full-time?
Because that's what they have me there for.
I mean,
so that's what I do.
That's like we're in a whole separate second camp.
Yeah.
Because it's not just the 2 weeks in itself, but the groundwork to lead into the last 2 weeks of June, the organization, the people involved, everything,
Yeah, we have musicians that come in, everything. It's great.
And you organize all this?
Yeah.
Now, do you have a staff that works with you, or are you the staff?
These guys.
Oh,
Yeah, we
it's
just
Brother
plug-
Nathan.
Yeah, we plug in as we can, but we're very blessed to have Mary Ellen.
And then, Brother Nathan, before you got pulled into this Camp Restless, what is your ministry?
Yeah, so I'm still in formation, so I'm in my pastoral year. So I'm at St. Turbius Parish near Midway. But I finished my MDiv already, and my next step is my solemn vows.
Which will take place when?
Maybe next year, but so it's just waiting for my solemn vows and then ordination, like to the diaconate and priesthood. So that's the next step eventually.
Let me just talk about that for a moment. That is where I would be Father Greg, a diocesan priest in Chicago. So I was ordained in '79. I was in Chicago as a diocesan priest. You are Brother Nathan of the Augustinian community.
Correct.
Now, are you looking to be a brother for the rest of your life, or could that transition into one day Father Nathan?
So I'm on the priesthood track. So like the way for me, my vocation as a Augustinian, as a religious, and as a priest are kind of integrated into one. So it's they're both essential parts of my vocation and its lived experience.
So if you were to profess final vows a year from now, but keep on the road to priesthood, ordination would happen about what year?
Diaconate will be probably like shortly after my solemn vows, and then however much time they want me to be a deacon and to be of service as a deacon, and then ordination. So maybe a year, like within a year after, I would assume.
So where did you do your theologate?
I did my theology, so I finished my degree through St. Augustine Seminary in Toronto, so through the University of Toronto. But I also studied at CTU, and I took some courses at Loyola as well, so conglomerate of different institutions, but the degree granting institution was...
And you've known Mary Ellen for how long?
I guess like 3 years, 2, 3
2,
years.
3 years.
Okay, so just from the intertwining of the work.
Correct,
Yes.
yeah.
We're going to take a little break here. We are with Catholic Chicago, and Father Greg Sackwitz. Joining us is Brother Nathan and Mary Ellen Harrington. We'll be back after a few messages. And again, I know this is a podcast, but do not touch that dial.
seminarian.
The church needs compassionate and well-trained priests to help guide each of us through life.
What inspires me, what draws me always to the priesthood is continue to see priests be a beacon of hope for other people.
You can play a part in the education of these young men as they prepare for a life of service to others.
I want to be that beacon of hope too, and it sets my heart on fire.
To support our seminarians, make your gift at archchicago.org/seminarian fund or call 312-534-7959.
Welcome back to Catholic Chicago. Again, I'm Father Greg Sakowitz, and our guest this morning is Brother Nathan and Mary Ellen Harrington. We're talking about Camp Restless, and this has been a very insightful program. Mary Ellen, for a moment, we've been talking about the camp itself, we've been talking about your backgrounds, we've been talking about the young people. What have been parents' responses to Camp Restless?
They appreciate that it's something that embraces their values at the home, that during the summer, they have to cobble together all these different camps for their young people to be engaged in. But each does something, one's sports, one's this, one's that, where this is something that also really supports what they do in the home. Parents talked about how their kids were singing the songs from camp after camp. They talked about our friars and how cool this one was. And our Augustinian sisters come out and help us too, and their experience of them. And they just appreciated that. The parents appreciated that.
It's fascinating when you say that how the young people were fascinated by the Augustinian friars and just interacting. I was at Notre Dame College Prep in Niles, class of 71, taught by the Holy Cross priests and brothers. And what actually really fascinated me was when I was a senior, our seniors took on the faculty in a softball game. Not in a charity, just a fun time. So the whole school body was there, and the seniors against the priests, the teachers, and the greatest 16-inch softball catch I ever saw was by a Holy Cross brother in center field. It was a Willie Mays catch going away from home plate, over the head, going horizontal, held onto it, hit the ground. The entire student body gave him a standing ovation to give a teacher brother, a Holy Cross brother. I played much softball in my day, had the beat up fingers to prove it, 16-inch softball. It was the greatest catch I ever saw in my whole life, in all the years I played softball. Isn't it funny? I remember it's 50, 60 years later, being a Holy Cross brother. And so I'm sure these young people are saying, wow, you guys are human. Yeah. I can relate to you, I can talk with you, and that is so important that we come off as human, which we are, and that somehow you're like maybe implanting a vocation. And what were some of the, along the lines of parents, what were some of the responses of young people?
The young people just appreciated that they could explore their faith as well as and equally have fun. Like I said, we went ziplining and kayaking one day, and how all of it was integrated.
Where'd you go kayaking?
There was like an adventure park right down the street.
No kidding.
Yeah, it was great.
Wow.
There's a forest preserve right there. We went hiking and.
Are you into all that stuff, Brother Nathan?
Yeah, I enjoy it.
Yeah,
you're going to have to, I guess.
Yeah, I like playing sports a lot, so I'll have a ton of fun playing with the kids.
Oh, yeah. Hopefully you pray for good weather, too.
Yeah.
Yes, we had beautiful weather last year. It was like almost 100 degrees out, and these guys were in their habits all week, and they were troopers.
You have to be troopers. The thing is, now, again, Mary Ellen, what makes Camp Restless different from other camps?
Well, I think it's the Augustinian nature.
Yeah, I think so it's not necessarily it's not a retreat camp, and it's not like purely soccer camp or just about fun, but it helps a person grow. Like it fosters growth in a person spiritually through the experiences of prayer. It fosters growth in leadership and understanding themselves through the activities and the experiences that they have. It fosters relationship and community building, and so like our charism is community and like through a lived experience. So it's these things that fosters growth and wholeness in a person and relationship just through the normal experiences. So they'll still have fun, they'll still find friends, they'll pray together, they'll get to have fun with the friars and the sisters and stuff. But each one of those things are also oriented towards their good and their growth and something that they can contribute when they leave camp as well too.
Now, Mary Ellen, who is your target audience?
So obviously the age group is junior high and high school, 2 different weeks. But I think it's for everybody. I mean, what's really nice about our camp is that parishes can come and sign up as a group and bring a parish group. They can, and especially like if a parish doesn't have a youth ministry, this is a youth ministry activity they can offer without having to have their own program. So it's a way for them to connect with their young people that way. But also individual parents can sign up their young people for a camp just like they would sign up any other camp
What is
on
the
their
cost
own.
of the camp?
Off the top of my head, I think it's $350 and $550 depending on the week, because we
Yeah.
have different activities for different week.
Which really is not bad.
No, because
In
it's all
today's
their meals.
economy and world,
Yeah.
to say it's like $350 for a week or
Yeah, it's-
$550
yeah.
for a week.
Oh,
is-
and there's scholarships available.
and there's scholarships
Yeah, we
available,
do. We have
which is-
scholarships available.
Which is wonderful.
Yeah.
Now again, if someone were to say, boy, I'd like to maybe have my son or daughter go to this camp, or even a youth minister listening to the program this morning, is there, the website is what again?
It's you just Google Camp Restless, but
Camp Restless.
but it's also MidwestAugustinians.org. So plural, MidwestAugustinians.org.
If someone would give you a phone call, what is your phone number?
773-614-5880.
That number once again.
773-614-5880.
Okay, also I find it fascinating is that I can see a junior high or high school kid being told by their mom or dad, I signed you up for Camp Restless. The kid's saying, are you crazy? Are you out of your mind? I spent a whole week on my knees in prayer and like a monastery. And so I think, I'm sure by the end of the week, the young person realized, wow, this was not what I was expecting. Because you think of a summer camp put on by a Catholic institution, Augustinian presence. It's we're going to have our hands folded, walking around in circles all day in prayer, and making it very clear to the young people, you're going to have the time of your life.
Absolutely.
And so it combines then with an opportunity for Mass,
Yep.
reconciliation,
Yep.
community building, fun,
Yeah.
prayer. And what time do these young people get up in the morning to begin their day?
We get going at like 8:30 in the morning. Yeah,
all
we have
day.
dining. Yeah, and then we go and until late at night, because young people, they love the night hours.
Oh,
So
yeah. In fact,
they do.
when I was on the faculty at Niles College Seminary, where Paul was, we used to have our dorm meetings once a week on a Monday night. They began at 10 p.m.
yeah,
And now, granted, I was in my 30s, so I was young, but to say we're going to have a dorm meeting at 4 p.m., forget it. At 10 p.m., and these guys were wide and awake like we are talking right now
Right.
in the morning. And so it's amazing, the energy. So, we're talking young people.
yeah,
They don't want lights out at 9 p.m.
no.
And any other final thoughts regarding, well, let me ask you this. Brother Nathan, this is your first Camp Restless. What are you hoping happens with this experience? Not only for you, but for the young people.
For me, it's like I want to be able to help Mary Ellen any way I can and be there for the kids, but I'm most looking forward to them being just exposed to the friars and the sisters, but in a way that, it doesn't force vocation on them or whatever, but it's just they can see what an authentic lived spirituality is, and it's fun, it's real, it involves relationship, and that's our strength, like community, and hopefully will be a lot of fun for the kids. So.
And now, how many Brother Nathans will be present beside yourself?
There should be at least 5 friars, and then like several sisters as well too, for Augustinian
So
sisters.
a real presence
Yeah,
Yeah.
in garb,
correct. Yeah,
rain,
Yeah.
heat, or cold.
yeah, and we're We're very big personalities too. We're a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Tons
See,
of team
that's
building.
what I think young people don't realize, even many Catholics, is that, priests, brothers, sisters, we're human. We like to have fun too.
Yeah.
I grew up playing football, softball, basketball, everything. I did everything except hockey because I never learned how to skate.
Right.
I could skate a little bit, but not enough to play hockey.
Right.
You're from Canada.
Yeah, I wish I could skate well enough to play hockey, but
Yeah, we played floor hockey.
I can play floor hockey. Yeah.
Yeah, and so but my whole life, being from Chicago, in fact, I tell people, I wish I knew theology the way I know sports. I'd be a double doctorate. I really know sports very well.
Right.
It was in my blood from my childhood, and Mary Ellen, just as talking with you now, you just seem to be so excited already.
It's a great camp. It's a great experience. And just like I said, I have this will be Nathan's first year with us, the camp, but I saw what happened last year and just how things came together. There was a senior in high school who joined us last year, and he was all excited because he's like, I want to come back, because we hire 4 or 5 young adults to help as well.
He'll come back?
And he was like, can I come back as staff next year?
Wow.
So he wanted to give away his experience that he had this year.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
That in itself speaks volumes about the whole program.
Yeah.
Where a senior, now graduated, wants to come back to share his experience and help others with a great experience. Boy, there's talk about a testimony right there.
Yeah, we had 6 young adult staff last year, and 4 have applied to come back.
Well, there's your testimony right there. Again, Mary Ellen, one more time, the phone number to learn more about the program.
Yeah, you can visit the Midwest Augustinians website at www.midwestaugustinians.org. They can contact me at 773-614-5880.
That number one more time.
773-614-5880. And it can be parishes or individual parents who contact me. And they can just Google Camp Restless.
And now week 1 will be high school?
Yes, high school is week 1.
And like June 14th to June 20th?
Yes.
And week 2 would be June 21 to like June 27th?
To 24th. It's 1 day shorter.
Oh, 1 day shorter.
Yeah.
And that would be for the junior high.
Yes.
And so I want to thank in a very, very special way Brother Nathan, Mary Ellen Harrington for joining us in the program today.
Thank you.
Again, Camp Restless in June. And in fact, geez, I wish I were younger to be a participant and play sports all day. That'd be fantastic. So I want to thank both of you for joining us. And
thank
love
you.
your enthusiasm and what this is all about, to really plant seeds for young people about community, religious life, that God is present in their lives, not only now, but their entire life.
Yeah.
And special thanks also to Michael May and to Clint Cottrell, our producer, engineer, directors, who've done such a great job for the program. May all of you, our listeners, continue the Lenten journey. As I said, that beautiful line that no matter how many steps we take away from God, we take one step to get back to God, that God runs after us. God bless all of you this Lenten journey. Amen.